Although 1985's The Last Dragon has become a cult classic, the American-made martial arts movie rarely gets the credit that it deserves. While it might not be among the best martial arts movies ever made, The Last Dragon is undeniably a unique and underrated movie. Directed by the iconic Michael Schultz, who helmed the classics Car Wash, Cooley High, and Bustin' Loose, The Last Dragon is notable for its New York setting, its larger-than-life characters, and its killer soundtrack. Produced by legendary record producer Berry Gordy, The Last Dragon ambitiously attempted to fuse the Motown revival of the mid-80s with the martial arts movie craze. The result was a mashup between Purple Rain and The Karate Kid that worked far better than it had any right to, primarily because The Last Dragon made the wise decision never to take itself too seriously. There are many enjoyably terrible martial arts movies and many true classics, but The Last Dragon straddles the intersection between pure camp and genuinely impressive martial arts action. The Last Dragon is still underrated as a martial arts movie. 1985's Motown martial arts movie is an utterly unique cult classic. The Last Dragon tells the story of Leroy, affectionately dubbed Bruce Leroy thanks to his ambition to become the next Bruce Lee. Although Leroy's master believes in him, his advice is obtuse and leaves Timax Leroy struggling to work out his destiny. However, when a deranged local gang leader and martial artist named Shonuff challenges him to a battle, Leroy knows he can't turn down the fight. At the same time, Leroy's streetwise little brother Richie hopes to impress Laura, the presenter of a local TV dance contest. If this all sounds convoluted, it is. The plot of The Last Dragon lacks the simplicity of Bruce Lee's best movies, and Leroy will end up saving Laura and fighting Shonuff multiple times before the final, climactic confrontation. However, The Last Dragon's martial arts sequences are genuinely impressive, its soundtrack is incredible, and the self-aware humor improves its absurd story. The cross-cultural appeal of a Motown martial arts movie wouldn't work if The Last Dragon didn't have its tongue planted firmly in cheek, but it is impossible for viewers not to crack a smile watching Julius Carry's hilarious Shonuff. How The Last Dragon compares to other American-made martial arts movies. The Last Dragon's over-the-top tone is a welcome change. Kurt Thomas in Jim Carter. Mercifully, The Last Dragon itself is a lot less serious than Bloodsport, Jim Carter, American Ninja, or many of the other notable American-made martial arts movies from the period. Like a lot of the best Hong Kong action movies, The Last Dragon has a zany sense of humor and enough colorful characters to keep things ticking over between fights. Furthermore, the fights themselves are undeniably impressive. Both Timac and Curry are stellar performers, and The Last Dragon's fisticuffs can get fairly brutal at times despite its largely comedic tone. Rich's comedic relief would be grating in another movie, but it's genuinely funny when his punchlines punctuate some bloody beatdowns that Leroy receives before he harnesses his full power. All told, The Last Dragon is a cult classic that, although often acknowledged as a guilty pleasure, deserves more love as an atypically strong American-made martial arts movie.